Now you've got a mum and dad, haven't you? Now, do most people in your class have parents that are married, or are they mainly divorced or split or step parents, or do you know that sort of?
A few have step parents. Don't really know the girls, but they have.
What's your mum and dad like? What's your mum like?
Helpful. Strict. Not strict, no. She's not strict, no. Can't really.
What's your dad like?
Can be strict. Depends what mood he's in.
Is he pretty moody?
Funny.
Is he pretty moody then?
Only if you've done something wrong.
Well, what sort of things do you do wrong?
Nothing.
You don't do anything wrong. Well, do you ever get into any trouble at all?
Not me.
You never get into any trouble?
I'm perfect.
That's the truth, is it? Well, everybody does something wrong sometime. Do you ever do anything wrong at home that you get into trouble with? Trouble for?
Teasing back.
That's about the only thing.
And me and Emma gang up on her.
Do you?
Well, that's what you say.
What I say? I'm the interviewer. What?
Mum says.
What Mum says? Well, how do you gang up on her?
I don't know. She says we're the same age and stick together.
Oh, I see. So they tell you off about that then? Do you get any punishment for misbehaving?
Not really.
Nothing at all? That's pretty good. And how do you think your parents could improve to you? How do you think your dad could improve as a person for you?
He didn't.
He couldn't improve? So he's perfect as well?
Yeah.
What about your mum? How could she improve at all?
She's perfect.
Well, do they ever annoy you?
No.
They never annoy you at all?
I can't think of. Probably.
Well, do you ever get into any moods yourself?
No.
Well, I seem to remember seeing you get into a mood sometimes.
Yeah, probably.
What causes that then?
Can't remember.
Something triggers it off. I can't remember what it is. What you sort of go all very stubborn, or what causes that?
Just when I think I'm right, and people disagree.
Yeah, like sort of a stubbornness, isn't it? Now, I was going to ask you about your room, whether you enjoy it or not. Do you like your room?
It's a bit small.
Was it always small, or seems to have got smaller?
It's been in the wash too much.
It's been in the wash. So what's going to happen?
I'm moving upstairs.
And what's it going to be? What's it going to be like up there?
Big, spacious.
Are you going to have any new furniture at all, or have you sort of planned out what it's going to look like yet?
Blue walls.
You should have more room up there, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
Now, do you like the house you live in, or would you prefer, say, to live in a different sort of house? What do you think this house is like?
I think it needs double glazing.
Why is that?
Because you can feel there's wind coming in through your window.
Like drafts?
Yeah. I see the cracks in them.
Would you like to live in like a modern house then, or would you prefer this sort of style?
I like the high ceilings.
Well, you wouldn't get that in a modern house,
No.
would you? So are you generally pleased with your house?
Yeah.
What rooms don't you like in the house?
Well, some of them need decorating.
Like what?
This one,
Which one's
the
it?
dining room,
Dining room. Any others?
kitchen needs doing,
Mhm.
but it's pretty good.
Good. Now, can you describe the town you live in, Truro? What sort of town? Can you describe?
City,
What city do you live in?
small for a city,
And what's it like?
hilly,
Mhm.
hard for cycling.
What about the amenities in it?
It's got quite good shops,
Yeah.
good selection.
Can you think of any towns that you like better than Truro?
Not in Cornwall.
Have you been to any up country that you like better?
Not really.
You haven't seen enough to be able to compare. That's fair enough. I was going to ask you, what subjects do you think you'd like to do for your GCSEs?
You've already asked that.
Oh, I have, haven't I? Yeah, and that means then you wouldn't know what subjects you'd like to do at A level either yet. And you're not sure whether you'd like to do anything in particular. You like maths? Do you think you'd do that at maths or?
You have to do maths GCSE.
Yeah, but at A level,
I don't know.
no, it's too early, isn't it? And have you any idea what sort of work you'd like to do in the future? None whatsoever. Have you done any work yourself yet?
For Dad,
What sort of things do you do there?
minerals and
D-
stuff,
Doing what with them?
databases and sorting them out.
Do you find it interesting, or is it just like something to get some money?
It's quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, finally, the final question I really want to ask you is, do you find it hard at this stage, being a teenager, or are you finding it relatively easy?
It's quite easy.
Do you find any of your friends find it hard?
I don't think so.
They seem to be enjoying themselves.
Mm.
Do you think it will get harder as you get older?
Have more schoolwork.
Hmm.
That'll be harder.
Yeah. And are you looking forward to being older, or are you quite happy where you are?
Happy where I am.
Yeah. Well, Matty, that's, I think, the end of the interview. Is there anything you want to add, any questions you want to ask, or anything you want to say? And when do you think we should do the next interview? Or shall we leave it? I mean, is it so embarrassing it'd be better if you don't have an interview?
Another 4 years.
Another 4 years? Well, do you quite like having the interview, or do you find it a bit stressful?
No. A bit stressful.
Do you
Like talking to cameras.
Yeah. Do you enjoy watching them later? Because you saw the other day your one 4 years ago when you were
It's long
9, wasn't it?
I like looking back when you're a lot older and you can say, gosh, I was so stupid then.
So you wouldn't like to see this one in a few minutes' time at all?
Well, I would, but I wouldn't want anyone else to see it.
What about your mother?
She could see it.
But not Emma? What about Jen's? Definitely not. Well, I can do that. I can keep this private. But would you want to see Emma's?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to ask her
Yeah.
permission then, wouldn't you? Whose watch is that?
Mine.
Why is it going off?
I don't know.
Okay, Matty, that's it then. Would you like to say goodbye to the camera and say see you in 4 years' time?
Goodbye.
Peace, friend.